What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Accidental Overlander on this special father-daughter edition. If you follow the channel, I just had one of those, but this time it is with a different daughter, and we are going to a different location. So we are going to go to the Croatan National Forest, and with the time change, it is definitely going to be dark by the time we get there. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. We are going to camp tonight, explore tomorrow, and camp again, and then we'll just kind of see what happens in between. So let's get this thing going. It's funny, so I basically just picked this spot because it said nice spot on the guide. I didn't remember anything because I hadn't been here in about 2 years, so all the campsites I had marked, I really didn't remember them. So I really just picked one and said, this is the one we're gonna go to, and then tomorrow we'll basically go and explore stuff. And it just happened to be the one that Eisley and I stayed at last time. It's not as windy this time around, so that's nice. It won't be as hot tomorrow, so that's nice. So we'll kind of figure out if we want to set things up. There was also a bunch of downed trees 2 years ago. They're starting to decompose and turn into grass and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll figure out where we want things and start getting set up. I might have some other guys that I've met from Instagram even come up and meet us out here tonight. I'm not sure, but we will have to wait and see on that. But we got a lot of space, and right now the weather is perfect. So let's get things going.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing. Out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
We are working on day 2 of this camping trip. Eisley is still sleeping in there, which is okay. It's kind of a weird morning where when I got up, it was warm. I'm outside in shorts and a t-shirt right now in the middle of November, but it's actually going to start getting colder throughout the day. It's like 7 o'clock right now and 60 degrees, and it's just going to kind of keep going down to the mid 50s and lower 50s throughout the day. So as nice as it seems right now, it's just going to get colder, but that's okay. We got the gear for it. It should actually make sleeping even easier tonight because it was almost too warm last night. As with most mornings on the Accidental Overlander, we are moving exceptionally slow this morning, even slower due to the fact that there's somebody still sleeping, so we can't even really get things packed up. But we're gonna make a little breakfast, maybe brush my teeth, get dressed for the day. Just wanted to say thank you to Kyle, Spencer, and Chris for coming out here and hanging out with me for an hour or so. There are a few local guys that know these trails very well.
I see them on Instagram all the time, just riding the trails back here, and they get pretty intense. So they're actually letting me know that a lot of the trails back here are closed due to people not taking care of them the way they should be, which is why I always preach to you guys, man, make sure you clean up after yourselves, pick up some trash if you see it out on the trail, because if you leave it there, eventually they're gonna get shut down. Forest Service does its job, and they do it well, and they try to keep it clean, but they can only do so much. There's only so much funding that they're given. So if it gets to a point to where they can't keep it clean, or it's just too much of a hassle, they're just gonna shut down the road. That's what they're gonna do. So always keep your campsites clean, pick up the trail, leave it better than you found it, and then hopefully those types of things don't happen by you. But it was very cool meeting those guys and hanging out with them, and I wish I was able to ride with them yesterday, but it's more of a camping trip with the family, so I wasn't able to do that. But we'll be able to ride some trails today. This girl ever wakes up. But we'll see. Because I'm already debating on getting lazy on breakfast. Just had an apple. Might have another one. But if she takes too long, I don't know what'll happen. We're going to check out this little trail behind our campsite, see where it goes, and then it's going to be time to break down camp, and then kind of moving on from out of here and just seeing what we find. We want to find another good campsite for tonight, but right now it's time to just kind of walk around. That's the best part about just being out here. Just enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the quiet, enjoy nobody else being around besides my beautiful daughter, obviously. One of the best parts about being out here is just the lack of responsibilities and taking it slow. You got to get things done, but it's not such on a time crunch. You're not looking at the clock. You're not doing any of that. So it's basically hanging out, walking around until we want to leave, and then we'll leave and find other stuff. And we have all day if we want. All right, all packed up, ready to go. Let's go see what else we can find out here, including where we're gonna stay for the night. Alright, well, we have found our spot for the night. It was a little bit harder finding a camp spot than I was hoping. I have a few spots marked, and one of the problems, especially around here, is kids are partying around here all the time. So there was one spot that would have been awesome to stay at, but there was so much trash. It was like somebody just dumped their whole house there. It was ridiculous. So we couldn't stay there. This one's okay. At least it puts us out in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the woods, which is one of my favorites. So we're out there. We're not super close to the road, and we have enough space to walk around, and it'll be a fun day. We'll be able to explore a lot of stuff, and I'll cook us lunch and dinner here, so it'll be nice. So basically, like every time, we're gonna get our stuff set up and then work from there. So this flex tail air pump is one of my new favorite things. I use it every time to pump up our sleeping pads, which makes it super easy. And even last night I used it to help stoke the fire a little bit, which it almost blows the fire a little too hard. You just have to pull it back a little bit, but it worked for that too. So I am enjoying this little thing a lot. Comes with all kinds of attachments. Different sleeping pads have different nozzles, so this attachment will work for this one, and then I just bought a new one and it has another attachment which works perfectly for that one. So I just got this new sleeping pad. It's a Sea Summit. It is well insulated, so now I have two insulated pads. This one's a little bit more insulated than that one. And it is also 4 inches thick, which is by far the thickest sleeping pad we have in our repertoire. But it's the thickest sleeping pad we have in our collection right now. And last night was the first time I used it, and I really like this thing. I'm pretty sure the other sleeping pads we have are 2 inches to 2.5 inches thick, and I haven't really had a problem with most of them. There's a couple of them that I don't like, so it does take up a little bit more space, but it was very comfortable last night, so I'm hoping it'll be the same again. And it actually comes with one of those fill-up bags, which I haven't used yet. I've never used that for a sleeping pad, but I don't have to because I have my pad pumper upperer, which I like to use. But yeah, so I'll probably start doing maybe some reviews on the sleeping pads I got, because when I started camping I was just buying sleeping pads, and as I was buying them, I started realizing some work better than others, and I probably don't need, you know, some of the things, the self-inflating ones. I made some mistakes when I was buying my first sleeping pads, and I'm learning that now. So let me know in the comments if you want me to kind of do a sleeping pad for beginners video, because I probably could have saved a little bit of loot had I had known and just started buying ones that really work for what we are doing and are very comfortable and things like that. So let me know in the comments if you want a sleeping pad video, because I have about 4 or 5 right now, and I'm not using all of them anymore because they're not all as good as I thought they were going to be when I bought them. But just want to know, yeah, the Sea to Summit one, definitely more expensive than the other ones, but I can see why. We've actually spent an amazing few hours here. Time is flying by. It's like when you get into that hammock, it's a time machine, and just an hour goes by in 5 minutes. So we each were able to spend a little time in the hammock. It is getting cooler out here quickly. It is not going to be like it was last night at all, where I didn't need the hardcore sleeping bags or anything. Tonight we will need them. It should get down to in the 30s. Got the sun going down. We're gonna start with dinner. I've made it before, so you might have seen it before, but Eisley has never had it before. So today we are making egg in a hole, one of my camping favorites. I actually learned it from a British camp counselor I had when I was like 10 years old, and he called it egg in a hole, and it's easy and it's delicious. So we're gonna go with that. We just need bread, eggs, butter, and we have a little bacon to make it that much better. So it's gonna be a big dinner tonight, and Eisley's hungry and she's telling me she's ready. So it's time to get started. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this trip. I had an amazing time. I love being able to take my daughters out camping. It is a lot of fun, and I think they have fun too. Good. But yeah, we're gonna probably just pack up and then call it a day. It's pretty chilly out here. We've been out here for 2 or 3 days, and as much as I enjoyed out here, it is kind of time to go home and be able to get in the shower. That being said, amazing time. If you have any questions about anything, it is not impossible to take a teenager out and go camping. So either way, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know, and we will see you next time.
An accidental opening.